Hello world, this is L. Your views and opinions on the Syria conflict have met my eyes and ears. The time is now to reveal mine, as you asked. If your opinion differs, voice it. Without being voiced, it cannot be heard. Now, to my own view. In April 2011, peaceful protests inspired by the revolutions in Egypt and Tunisia began in Syria. Security forces responded by quietly kidnapping, assassinating, raping, and torturing activists and their family members. An act so despicably against the most fundamental human rights that it sickens me. Later, troops began to open fire on protests. Eventually, civilians shot back. It then escalated into a civil war. Civilians organized themselves into rebel groups and fought the army across the country. Entire towns suffered the consequences of these wars. The rebels have by no means only done good. In fact, they have been just as brutal in some cases as have the forces of dictator Assad. Neither of the two's horrors can be excused or tolerated. What were the Western world's options? Shipping arms to the rebels would have been a terrible move, even if it would have helped them to win. We have learned nothing from the Arab Spring, and we have not learned that such actions can lead to worse or just as bad states as before. When in the dying flames of a civil war, an extremist ideology takes hold of the people. So the Western world stood and waited more or less silently, watched as people died on both sides, countless innocent civilians caught in the crossfire, and sometimes even because guns were aiming for them in the first place. Things have changed now, in a dramatic way. With the suspected employment of chemical weapons by the Syrian government, the United States government has put itself into a situation where it is forced to act due to past threats. Nobody believes that a debated airstrike can seriously turn the tide in Syria. The idea is to punish the Assad regime for the use of chemical weapons. I will not go into the details of why chemical weapons are a big topic. I will only say that their use is abominable, and whoever uses them is an abomination. I will give you a link in the description, which if you are interested will explain to you why chemical weapons are banned. If you're interested, you can watch it after this video concludes. Before I go on, let me say this. There is a high chance you came to this video expecting a black and white opinionated view. A proposal by me, just as all the others are doing that, will solve all these issues and end well. This is not the case. Everybody who claims to know such a path is blatantly lying. There can be no winner in this. No matter which action is taken, innocent people will suffer and die. Ultimately, there will only be losers in such a blood-demanding conflict. The situation is breathtakingly complex and convoluted. The situation is also tense and explosive, like a too tightly packed barrel of dynamite. Since nations like Russia and the United States meddle with strong words and threats of action. Obviously, the ban on chemical weapons needs to be taken seriously. If we are not going to enforce the ban on chemical weapons, then we might as well not ban them at all. It only makes those who do a target of laughter. However, the United States is not the world's police. Global cooperation is not a thing of the past, it's a thing of the future. As the name implies, the nations must stand united. A singular agent will always cause harm. Minds need to sit down and think. This is not a job for propaganda politicians like numerous presidents and ministers that have come forth to talk themselves into a mess and are bound by their words because of numerous instances of powers behind them and in front of them. This endless chaos and uncertainty is causing harm already. This is my view. If this was not as clear-cut as you anticipated, then I feel the need to tell you that this is not a fictional problem. This is real. Real people are dying and suffering, and this is not a problem for a single person or mind to solve. The real world is much more complicated than a work of fiction. Do not believe the people who offer simple solutions for impossibly complex situations such as these. If you have an opinion on Syria too, then voice it. Contact your local government and tell them. Speak your mind on social media. Tell me your views in the comments. Nothing I said is authoritative. Nothing I said is exempt from rational review. Voice your opinion. The revolution is now. The internet empowers you. This is L. You will hear from me soon.